Hey guys, it's Ashley and this is Downright Bookish, and today I'm going to be sharing my November wrap up. So before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that last week I posted a video about all the books that I am grateful for, or at least the top 6 books that I'm grateful for. I'm really proud of that video. It got pretty deep in that video, so if you want to check out the books that I'm grateful for, I will put the link down below to that, and I hope you guys check it out and watch it. It's really probably one of my favorite videos that I've done in a while, so yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys checked it out. So without further ado, let's just get into how November went. So November was nonfiction November, and I was also participating in Buzz Readathon. Unfortunately, I got really sick the week, that Monday of Buzz Readathon, and attempted to restart one of the books for that, the 100,000 Worlds, and I'm still in the process of reading that book. So really failed on Buzz Readathon, but accomplished 2 out of the 3 books that I intended to read for nonfiction November, so I'm really proud about that. So total, I got through 3 books this month, and 2 of them were from my nonfiction November TBR. So let's just get into the books. So the first book that I read was, or listened to actually, was Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari, and this is the companion novel to Homo Sapiens, where Yuval talks about kind of his predictions for the future of humanity. I was really excited about reading this book because I really enjoyed Homo Sapiens. I think he brought a lot of new kind of thoughts and ideas to the table, and I was really excited to see his kind of opinions and ideas for the future. Unfortunately, I don't think this book really kind of lived up to what the first book offered. This one kind of felt a lot like a rehashing of the first book. A lot of the same concepts and ideas were kind of covered again in this book, and it seems like he kind of expanded even further on to those ideas and kind of rehashed them for most of the book, and probably about 3/4 of the way into the book starts kind of really talking about the potential for future and what the future looks like for human beings and what would happen. So that was kind of disappointing. He does go a lot into aging, what would happen if we were able to live for much longer, what would that mean for society, the working environment, and all that sort of stuff. So that part was particularly interesting, but I was really just kind of disappointed because it felt just like a continuation of Homo Sapiens, but not in a good way. I really liked the ideas he explored in that book, but I don't feel like I needed any more. That book did a really great job of detailing everything and all of his ideas, and this kind of is just a shorter, a less in-depth version of that, but covering slightly more future concepts, I guess, and I was kind of disappointed. I will be reading his other book, 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, I believe that's what it's called. So I've started listening to it actually, and I'm thinking that this book is much more kind of what I was looking for in terms of Homo Deus, so we'll see how it goes. I'm still optimistic about him as an author, and I will probably pick up what he puts out next. Just really kind of disappointed in this second book. And the next book that I picked up was The Unmentionable by Therese O'Neill, and this is the Victorian Lady's Guide to Sex, Marriage, and Manners. And I have seen this book on Book Olive's channel. I think I mentioned that in my TBR, but really excited about this because I am someone that really loves this era, especially how it's portrayed in TV shows and movies, and I definitely think before reading this book, I did have a romanticized view of how this era was. But I think this, if you're in the same boat, this book really kind of opened your mind to what it was like being female back in the Victorian age, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very funny. Therese does a really good job of adding a very snarky kind of tone to the book and provides a lot of really interesting information. I definitely think that some chapters were much more interesting than others, and there were parts that kind of seemed to repeat themselves in every chapter. I honestly wasn't that interested in the chapter on marriage and housemaking, but there's a lot of interesting things to do with like hygiene and clothing, like how female underwear didn't have bottoms. It was kind of just like shorts with the slit in the middle. So yeah, but I think this book is definitely worth reading if you're into the Victorian era and you kind of want to see what it actually is like. She covers a lot of different topics, food, marriage, sex, all of that. So yeah, it's definitely a book worth checking out. And I think she has another book, yes, the Ungovernable book. I think this one is on, what is her other one on? Oh, Ungovernable addresses parents' concerns about raising a model Victorian child. So I might check that one out. It doesn't seem as interesting to me as this one, just because I'm not a parent. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I definitely would check out anything else she reads though, because I was definitely very intrigued by the way she kind of presented the story. You're kind of like presented as if you were going into the Victorian world and what that experience like would be for you in the second person, which was pretty interesting. And I really enjoyed the presentation of the facts. It definitely kept me interested, and I was not bored at any point in this story, so I really appreciated her approach to conveying information. And the last book that I read was the graphic novel Firefly, The Unification War Part 1, and this was created by Joss Whedon, not sure how you pronounce his last name. But yeah, I am a big Firefly fan. I don't know if I've said that on my channel. I really enjoyed the TV series. Not so much the movie that came out. I wasn't a big fan of the movie. I'm a really big sucker for like space odysseys that have multiple characters. I particularly really like the Long Way to a Lonely Planet, like that kind of theme where there's a spaceship and there's lots of different people on the spaceship kind of navigating and interacting with each other is something that I'm a really big sucker for, so obviously I would love Firefly. So this is a graphic novel that follows Mel and Zoe and their time in the Unification War. So I think it goes back to like the past. They encounter one of the enemy like captain warriors in this one, and it brings up a lot of the past when they were both in the Unification War. So I think this would probably take place like in the middle or after the TV series ends, because the Doctor and River are also in this book. So doesn't take place before the TV show, so it's not like them actually in the Unification War, but it does have like flashbacks to them in the Unification War, if that makes sense. But I really enjoyed it. It was really funny. It has the same tone and feel as the series, which I think is actually true because Joss Whedon was the creator of the TV show as well, I believe. So it has a lot of the same like tone. The characters all feel very similar to their like TV show characters, and yeah, it was just a really fun read, and I can't wait for the second one to come out. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I definitely, if you're a Firefly fan, I recommend getting it and picking it up on Barnes & Noble. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive, and it comes with a lot of like all the like cover designs for this issue, and it also has a like, here's some of the alternate covers, which are really beautiful. And then it also has a like mini story about Mal's wife. So that was very interesting. So I think all of them are gonna have like background stories as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can't really say much else. It was a really fun book, and nice to read a little bit of fiction in kind of the midst of all the nonfiction that I was reading this month. So yeah, those are the 3 books that I got through in November. We are nearing the end of the year. It is December, and I feel like we were just in January. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'll get to a few more books this year. In the month of December, I'm going to finish 100,000 Worlds. Spoiler alert, I'm really enjoying it so far. I just am like getting through it really slowly because I don't want it to end, and it's a very interesting story. So I'm really interested to see how it ends, and I'm really excited to kind of talk about that book with you because I don't think a lot of people know about it, but I think a lot of people on BookTube would really enjoy it. So really excited about that, and then who knows what I'll be reading next. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!